back to the channel, guys. My name's Andy R and this is the Brotherhood of Men, a channel totally dedicated at getting you guys, you men out there, a better outcome in your life. So what's today's subject? Well, today's subject is something I touched on in an earlier video, which if you haven't watched it, I suggest you go and give it a watch. It's packed full of things that might affect your life, and it was not dating single mothers. Now, why do I say you shouldn't date single mothers? Simply, everything in your life should really be adding value to your life. When you make a decision to move a job, move house, move location, whatever, it should be done with the first thought in your mind is this improving my situation, my life, my outcomes? And as I said, this channel's about you getting better outcomes. So what does a single mother bring to you that is going to make your outcomes better? The answer is nothing. There is nothing a single mother is bringing to you that is a benefit to you, because the child one isn't yours and therefore is a liability to you. And I mean that quite sincerely. And any women watching this, if you think I'm wrong, leave down in the comments below why you think I'm wrong. But I'm not, because it's a liability to us. We would be taking on not just the mother, but the fact that she's got a child that isn't ours. Any children of ours are an asset to us. Any children that are not ours but are brought into our lives are a liability. They're a burden. They're not a burden to the mothers because they're their child, so it's an asset to them, and they can't seem to see past the fact that them having a child shouldn't be a problem to us. But it is, because it's not our DNA, it's not our progeny, it's not our responsibility. And that's what a woman who's got a single child, who's out in the dating market, which I have a problem with that as well. You're a mother. Your job is to be taking care of that child, not going out trying to get your holes filled. You should be at home. You should be taking care of that child. You have got a small child, say, and have had to hire a babysitter so that you could go out chasing the rod. That should tell you everything you need to know, guys. They should be number one priority is that child. That is their number one focus, and I'm fine with that. That is exactly how it should be. So you will never be their number one focus. You will never be their burning desire, the thing that they can't wait to see. The thing that they can't wait to see is their child, to make sure their child's well, happy, fed, loved. Not you. So you shouldn't date them. Now, there are three categories, and I went through this in the other video, of single mothers. And the ones I have the most sympathy for are the widows, because they had no choice in becoming a single mother. And as I said, I've got a lot of sympathy for them. They didn't choose to be a single mother. The other two categories absolutely did. They either didn't get married before they had a child, which again, that's proving to you that they make terrible, terrible life choices, and you shouldn't be doing the same thing, i.e. making terrible life choices by choosing them. And the second one is, of course, the divorcees, single mother through divorce. Now, 80% of marriages end in divorce. 80% of marriages that end in divorce are brought about by the women filing. So 80% of divorces are filed by women, which shows that those 80% of those women that file for divorces are homewreckers. They've literally gone out of their way to wreck their own home. Rather than time's got a little bit tough, let's work through this, let's make this marriage work, it was time's got a little bit tough, I don't want to have to deal with tough, right, I'm divorcing you. And it's always the guy who's left to pick up the pieces after that. He's the one who ends up financially crippled through divorce. This is why I also say, never get married. The deck is stacked against you. So, and then, of course, there's what we call baby mamas, the ones that have decided to have children out of wedlock. proving that they have terrible choice skills. They make terrible decisions in their life. Well, the same with the divorcees. They've made terrible decisions. Remember, even if that guy turned out to be an absolute monster to them, and they'll all tell you that they were, but we all know the difference, that is just factually incorrect. Even if they were monsters, that woman chose that guy that she married, that monster, and then divorced him later, and then became a single mother by the person that she's now wanting you to believe was an absolute monster, and you should choose me because, hey, I'm brilliant. Don't go with single mothers. And when I say go with, I mean choose them in relationships. They are absolute nightmare for you. You are going to have to deal with a hell of a lot of drama. Not just with her drama not being available, because obviously the child comes first, constantly cancelling dates, etc., because the child comes first. Maybe it's ill as something, not being able to get a babysitter. Her expecting you to pay for her babysitter so she can come out and date you. No, I don't think so. No, I'm not saying don't sleep with them. Why not? Hey, we all enjoy sex, so yeah, sleep with them. Just make sure you bag up, because they've already proven that they're fertile, and they've already proven that they make terrible life choices, and they've already proven that they are not adverse to having children. Don't get caught out like that. But hey, if you want to sleep with them, a lot of these single mothers are very good looking women, but they're not very good at making choices. Until that child is 18 and classed as an adult, that woman shouldn't be out dating. But of course she is, because like I said, she makes poor life choices, and she's decided, hey, I've got an itch that needs scratching. Hey guys, come and scratch my itch for me. And whilst we're at it, can you finance my lifestyle as well that I chose to have being a single mother? No, that's not our role. We're not going to play that game. It's one of the main reasons that so many guys are walking away from dating, they're walking away from marriage. Basically, they're walking away from women. Now, there used to be a joke that went around when I was younger, and I feel so sorry for you young guys now that are still out there in the dating world, or have decided to walk away because you've realised your options are so poor that you just don't want anything to do with it. I can't blame you. I look around at the younger women now and I think to myself, and this is what the guys have got to pick from? It's terrible. It's a terrible gene pool that you're asking me to add to. No, I don't think so. So I feel really sorry for you guys out there. But of course, not everybody is prepared to just walk away from women completely. The MGTOW way is to go your own way, to decide the path that's best for you. And that might mean that I still want women in my life. I still want to have sex and that. So you need to look out for the better of a poor lot, because they are pretty poor, the quality of women that you've got to choose from. They've been brainwashed for the last 50 years with feminism to tell them that they can have everything a man's got without any of the consequences or responsibilities. Well, I'm sorry, that's just not the case. You are going to have to face the consequences, and you are doing, because we guys are saying, buck your ideas up, because we're already gone. So if you want to draw us back, you better have something a lot better than, hey, I've got an active poo-poo and it works. Do you want to come in and scratch an itch on my coochie for me? That's not going to wash for us. You better start booking your ideas up, ladies, because we don't want the poor quality women out there. And it's like digging for diamonds. We're having to go through a hell of a lot of crap before we can find an even glimmer of that precious stone. You might be that precious stone out there wondering why you can't find a man. It's simple. You're a woman who's made terrible choices. We're not getting you as a virgin anymore. A lot of the times we're not even getting you a virgin anywhere on your body, and I mean any hole has been de-virginized. We are getting you coming to us with pain from your last relationship, which you're making us suffer for. We didn't cause that pain. We're a total stranger to you. But no, you've got all of this pain from all of those thousands of D's that you've been taking and that didn't work out, didn't turn out to be a marriage or a long-term relationship, and all of that pain you bring to the next relationship because you haven't healed yourself first. And we've got to deal with that? No, I don't think so. So now you can probably understand why we guys are just going, nope, that's it, I'm out of here. So going back to the main subject of dating single mothers, they've already proved that they make poor life choices, except obviously for the widowers, because like I say, I do have sympathy for them. They didn't choose that way their life was going to go. They didn't choose for their husband to die before them and leave them as a single mother. But still, their number one priority is the child that's left behind, or children as left behind. And that should be their number one priority. They shouldn't be out there trying to look for a replacement. Not until that child is at least 18, or has moved out of the home, or has been taken off them by the state because they're terrible mothers. I don't know what their circumstances is, and I don't want to make sweeping statements about that. All I'm saying is they shouldn't be out there trying to date, because their number one priority is to raise an active member of society, a good member of society. And the only thing that they're showing their children is that they make poor choices and they're out there trying to get the D. Well, what kind of moral, what kind of lesson is that teaching the child? That this is the right way to be for those single mothers going out there chasing after D because I've got an itchy cooch and I need it filling? No, so don't date them. They're not adding any value to your life. They're not bringing anything of value to your life. And any woman out there who's disagreeing with me right now and shouting at the screen, ask yourself this question. Other than sex, what else could you bring other than burden to any man? Anyway, my name's Andy R. This is the Brotherhood of Men, and I'll talk to you soon. I'm going for a cup of tea because I think I've earned one. Bye now.